this may be just a little bit longer Meri Wonders video. You may be wondering why I have this stack of art on my table. Where are we going with this? Well, as I was working, especially as I was working on that 5-minute challenge by Southern Gals Designs, the one where we did one piece of 5-minute art every day for 7 days in a row, I got to thinking about several things, but the main thing that I started thinking about was, what do you spend the most time on in your art? Is it deciding what to do? Is it developing some specific skill? Is it trying to find your scissors? Is it trying to develop a technique or accomplish a certain task? Or is it just to create art and have fun? What do you spend the most time on? And I've been thinking about this. 5-minute art is fine, but I wanted to take it to another level. I wanted to think about what I was doing with my art and where I'm putting my time. Now, for myself at the Meri Atelier, I think I spend the majority of my time on producing art for my videos, for the channel, to create the videos and edit them and format them and get them ready to show to you, to upload them. That is where probably, most likely, 75% of the hours in my art time go. As far as doing the art, I think probably the majority of my time is most likely spent, well, I have to think. It depends on what I'm doing. Actually drawing, I can accomplish a little sketch like this in 5 minutes. I can accomplish a sketch like this in 5 minutes, or a sketch like this in 5 minutes. What I found amazing was when it came to time to glue down something, collage, this took me the most time. I was on time on these. This one took me more time. Why? What was it that slowed me down on these? Not that it's not okay to be slow, but I got to thinking, what do I spend my time doing? And I've come to the conclusion that my time is spent thinking. When I was collaging this down, it wasn't really the act of putting glue on the paper and gluing the paper to the page. It was more figuring out the composition. Did I want this part of the page to be clipped off or this part? And in here, my little journal spot, what did I want my journal spot to say? Over here, it was figuring out the composition of this page. Did I want this wheel on here? And how was I going to get this entire bicycle to fit? And if you watch that 5-minute video, you will see about 3.5 minutes had passed, and all I got done was the sketch. I had to hurry from that point on to do the detail work. And that was okay, but it got me to thinking about where I put my time when I'm doing something and why. And I think it's that word think that I'm starting to identify. I touched on this in my Mornings with Meri video. It's that process of determining what it is I really want to accomplish with my art, on my art, as I'm doing an actual art piece. Now that's focusing directly on the art, not the act of doing the videos and editing them and uploading them on my YouTube channel, which takes, like I said, probably 70% of the time that I spent on my entire art for my channel, which is primarily what I do these days. I have been working primarily on my Mornings with Meri video because it was in the 1st of May when I started doing this, was on the 1st of May. I'm not sure why I started this, except for I think I wanted to do something every day. Every day I wanted to talk to you in my video, and I think that I had determined that probably most of you, not all of you, but most of you who watch my channel, watch me early in the morning with your cup of coffee. And I wanted to be there for you with my art and say, hey, let's have a cup of coffee together first thing in the morning. Then you can go about your day, and maybe you'll create a video, and later in the evening I'll watch your live stream. So that's where this came from. And of course I do journaling. I don't want to show you all of my journaling because some of it's really private. But I do journaling, and I'm thinking this could almost become my Society of Idea Collectors, except for it's not really focused on idea collection. I have another journal for that. So I've been really focused in 2018 and probably going into 2019 on my Mornings with Meri. Of course, we have gotten into doing these Pick 10 projects, which are entirely fun. We do them almost as group art. Someone calls out the prompts, and we work along with them. That is just so fun. It's not planned, and it's amazing. It's amazing. And while I'm doing these on my own live stream, I'm learning to hear what you are telling me to do. I'm learning to hear and get the ideas from you. And that's what happened here. That's what happened here. Janet said, oh, use some of your paper dolls on the butterflies. And I love it. I love it. On one of these here, no, I guess it's on another one. I don't, oh, it's probably on this one. I asked for quotes, and I think it was Packer Dye who gave this quote. Sorry, I can't. I'm taking my unicorn for a walk. I love it. I love that quote. I said, give me a quote about a unicorn, or give me a quote about this page. And another one was, breathe and believe in magic. Love it. So I am really heavy into doing the pick art. This one especially was the most recent one. I'm just thrilled. This has spurred a whole nother activity that I'm going to be doing on my live streams. We'll talk more about that later. My Faces journal, my ABCs journal, which I don't even have in this big stack. How fun it is to do these and just have fun. Not worry. Not worry if my baby doesn't have ears. Not worry if I painted a rock or if he looks like Spock. My most recent one was Papa Pierre, which is almost another really group activity. I think Papa Pierre pincushion doll was originally suggested in one of my live streams by Jen Yates. Why don't you make a companion pincushion doll for Penelope? And I've gotten all sorts of help on Papa Pierre, including his name, Dujardin, by Crafty Grandma 56. Dujardin means keeper of the garden. So we're still working on him, but there's my latest face painting, and it is, sorry Sam Elliott, it is Papa Pierre Dujardin. So this took some time just even to paint out the pages on this. That took a lot of time. And then I had to do some mending in here, so that took time. This is my scribble journal. How fun it was to do this. Very, very, very fun to do this. Here's another one that I've just recently started that gives me more room to do actual journaling and writing. But I will sit out on the front porch and journal in my scribble journal and enjoy all these wonderful painty papers that I get in Happy Mail. time to bind it. This is more a use it up. Time. What's taking the most of your time? Let's talk about this project. My very first live stream, I believe, was in this altered book. I am altering this Childcraft How and Why library. Almost every live session, I do something in here. Lately, I've kind of veered off into other projects, but every page in here has been worked on in my live streams. Time to do the art. This, of course, was watching Dee Dee Willingham's reverse collage, learning that technique. How about doing the tatting? Talking about time. I've got a flower journal that I'm doing nothing but tatting. Painting tatting with my fine line paint applicator. This just happens to be a little envelope that I painted. Carving stamps. This is the most recent stamp that I carved. That takes time because you have to sketch out the design and then you got to go in and carve the stamp and time. Painty papers. Oh, I've been bitten by the jelly print bug. I'm learning this. This was my very first official jelly print. My very first official one. I've done a little playing around with it, but I am learning. I'm having lots of fun doing these. Painty papers. How about the timeline? The personal timeline that I'm still working on. You know, what year were you born? How am I going to organize this? What do I want to say on my timeline? I'm still working on it. Time. This is a journal that I started, and I'm really not doing much in this anymore. I will probably incorporate this one with my Society of Idea Collectors and use this journal for something else. Maybe I'll call this a mind mapping journal, because I really do need something specifically for mind maps. This might just become my mind mapping journal. I may put all my mind mapping in a separate journal and then eventually incorporate them into another journal here, which is Shannon Green's Custom Keeper. We'll come back to that. Here, looky here. I have more junk journals that I want to convert into scribble journals that I take out on the front porch when I'm just enjoying the nice weather and write and think. A lot of that goes into this type of journal, and I really do need to bind these. Time. Jelly printing again. How fun this is. This is going to take a lot of my time because I need to organize before I get started. But how fun to do this. How about challenges? I've been participating in a lot of challenges. I don't think this is a recent journal from this year. This was in 2017. This was the Inktober of 2017. I do think, though, that I will continue it in Inktober of 2018, which will be October. I probably have enough pages to do that. I'll have to count them. I will need at least 16 pages. I might have to divide up a couple of these pages and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 pages left. Probably 8 if I count the front and back covers. So that's 16 pages. I could do half of Inktober if I did a full page. But if I do half pages, I can get all of Inktober on here. And I may do it landscape. Time. Figuring out what I want to do. Thinking about it. Thinking. I think I will use this for my Inktober 2018 and split up those pages. How about reverse collage? I'm doing these in my live sessions too. It takes time. I'm trying to do 1 page of art in my live sessions in this page, but I have to take the time to find the quotes. I have to think about what colors I want to put on here. Time. There's just time to do this. It takes time. Here's a journal that I don't think any of you who watch my channel now have seen this. A couple of my couple friends might have seen this. 2011, off of my last full-time job. And I had the little calendar left. And I painted out the dates. And I painted the pages. And I found all these pictures in the Childcraft encyclopedias and glued them in there. And then I worked on consistently framing the pages with the black borders and the white dots. And I got to the point where I was putting some journaling in here, and I don't like my journaling. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like how it went on there. So I'm going to paint them out. You can see I've painted out a couple of pages already here and here. So I'm getting ready to paint out the rest of these, just because I don't like the size of the lettering. So this journal has probably taken me a little over a year to get to the point to where it is, because I don't work on it every day. I do not work on it every day, but I did get it out again, and I'm slowly getting back to working on it. Society of Idea Collectors. Oh yeah. Here's just some scraps that I've accumulated. Society of Idea Collectors. I've got it upside down. Society of Idea Collectors takes a lot of my time. A lot of my time. These are just pages that I've worked on through May. I have in progress June, July, and I'm starting on August. And yeah, that takes a lot of my time, and I'm still have not developed it to the point that I really want it. Society of Idea Collectors is really fun. That's a Dee Dee Willingham project. Dee Dee, I wish you'd do more Society of Idea Collector videos. I miss them. I miss them very, very much. Here is the accumulation of my Society of Idea Collectors and my creative year, the first part of my creative year, with a couple of other projects thrown in for fun. I've got them rubber banded so that they don't fall out. But here's some pages that I'm just experimenting with. What happens with my embossed drippage. What happens if I tint my ultra thick embossing powders. Here is a doodle journal that I did in 2018, but I doodled every page with the X-Acto knife. Here's my 29 faces in February. So, yeah, these are all my creative year and Society of Idea Collectors. So fun to do. ATCs. I was doing a lot of Happy Mail on my channel when I did my lives. That took a lot of time. Took a tremendous amount of time to do those. Binding this journal is going to take less time because I love this Midori style. My journals probably will be Midori style from now on. I adore the Midori style because frankly, it's easy binding. And I can devote more of my time to projects. My most recent project has been this zine journal where I'm doing 2D assemblages. How fun that is. Time to find the images and fussy cut them. I spend a lot of time fussy cutting. But what I like about this, what I said in my mornings with Meri, is I can think. I have permission to think in these. That's what I love about doing these. Permission to think. more carving, carved a stamp carving of Penelope for my channel. She's really become my channel logo. Time to work up this design, time to carve it, time to perfect it, time to stamp it off. Last year I did this in December. Every day in December 2017, I did a little mini journal page. How fun that was. Paint brushes, Christmas cards. I really got into Christmas back over here. The Christmas programs, Christmas stamps, Christmas cards, scissors, nutcrackers, snow globe. That's one of my favorites in here, the snow globe. Christmas stockings. How fun it was to do this every day. Every day. This was really fun to do. And then, of course, most recently, learning the jelly printing. How fun to do all of this. So, in summary, I think what takes most of my time in the actual execution of the art is thinking, the thought process. How do I want to do something? How is this paint working with this? Can I do that? How do I want this page to appear? And then at the end, did I accomplish what I wanted? Or what do I need to do next to it? I spend a lot of my time in thought. A lot of my time with the actual thought process. My question to you is, I wonder, and please comment, please tell me in the comment box below, what takes up most of your time when you do your art? When you sit down to do your art, or if you look over your journals like I just did, can you identify what it is that consumes most of your time when you have your art time? I wonder.